All right. Happy Friday, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in as the stock market, man, is going nuts. S&P's hitting all-time highs. The Qs are hitting all-time highs, and the Russell is almost there. Let me actually pull the Russell up. We're like 6-7 points away from all-time highs. We're rocking and rolling, guys. Thanks to a lot of stocks here. Thanks to big tech earnings, we're looking very good. And of course, SoFi, which we're going to cover in this video, is up around 3%, continuing the recovery from post earnings, which you guys know. The stock went down from $19 to about $15.30, and now we're trading at $16.50, trying to get back over 17. So we're going to break down the charts, go over the indices, what I'm doing overall here in the market. So hit the like button, consider subscribing, join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my weekly portfolio updates. You guys see all my trades, investments, options trades, all of that. We're mostly selling options these days, but yeah, you guys get access to all of that and the private Discord. It's linked down below, pinned in the comments as well, or go to stocksrfs.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, take a sip of your coffee, guys. Let's get into it. So we're looking great on SoFi today, on the S&P, on the Qs, thanks to Apple, thanks to big tech earnings. You guys can see here, SPY hit 725, and the Qs hit about, 676 today, and now we're a stone's throw away from 700 points as the VIX is trading at, where the heck's the VIX at? About 17 points. We have Brent crude oil down 1.5%, which we haven't really talked about oil much. It's still pretty elevated, man. Very elevated, honestly. Brent's at 108 a barrel as WTI's at 102 a barrel. And again, both of them are down. Brent's down 1.5%. WTI's down a little more, about 2.5%. And you can see kind of, it's been choppy, a little head and shoulders on crude oil here on WTI. And I guess not so much on Brent. I don't see the head and shoulders here, but it's been pretty flat, I guess you can say, over the last almost 2 months. I mean, crude oil, Brent hasn't really broken through this resistance yet, which who knows, it might break through 110. That would not be good for the gas prices, obviously. I mean, that would be terrible, and for many other things as well. We're not going to get too deep into that, but we do have a little bit of an ascending triangle on Brent on a side note, and WTI, like I said, we do have head and shoulders, kind of. But, I mean, look, we have a golden cross. We're above these moving averages. This still looks pretty bullish overall, which, of course, for obvious reasons, in the Middle East, we're not going to get too much into that in this video. But, yeah, SoFi, pulling SoFi back up. You can see we're trading up on the day about 3%. Not bad. I'll take it. And we're continuing to crawl our way out of this post-earnings hole. You can see we're up about 45 cents, and we're making another, or we made already, another higher low. You guys can see right here, higher low, and boom, another one right here. So again, we're crawling our way out of this thing. SoFi hit 1536 the day of earnings. That was the low. And then yesterday we hit 1555, so we made that nice higher low. And then this morning we put in another one at 1590, and now we're in the mid 16. So this looks great. Again, the fact that we're slowly starting to build off of that post-earnings disaster, if you will, for the stock. And by the way, earnings were good. We all know that. We ran through the record numbers in my video. When was that? 2 days ago? So the earnings were good, but as SoFi typically does, it tanks after earnings, and history repeated itself here. And I said before, and I'll say it again, I think we fill this gap fairly quickly here based off of my just watching, tracking, covering the stock over the years. Again, post earnings, we tank usually, but we recover the loss fairly quickly a lot of the time. So I think we'll fill this gap maybe even next week. And obviously, we're starting to fill it now. We got down to 1530. Now we're back in the mid 16s. And for this to fill the full gap, it would have to get up to about, I'd say about 1825. Then if that breaks, okay, now we're talking $20 could be the next gap to fill. And then, of course, you know where I think it's going after that, guys. 25 is another big level, which if we really start taking out $20, which we're nowhere near that yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, but that could be where we go next. $25 a share, which I think at that point, it'll be in full stride. Momentum will really be kicking in. But look, the fact that we're not getting rate cuts anymore this year for the most part, right? Unless something crazy happens, that is going to put, a ceiling on the stock, if you will, maybe over the next quarter or two. But I think that ceiling might be at about 25 a share, 23, 25 a share. I don't think we really start exploding through to $30 until we get some more rate cuts at this point. Maybe that doesn't happen, though, again, till the very end of the year, or maybe at some point next year at this point, which, again, we're probably not going to get rate cuts, but you never really know. We have Kevin Warsh coming in. He has been a fan of rate cuts before, so maybe we get one at the end of the year, maybe based on the data. It all comes down to the data, but I don't know. I think early 27, mid 27, though, that's when we'll start to see some cuts. And that is when SoFi could really be in full stride towards 30, maybe higher per share. So at this point, man, yeah, maybe some more volatility, some more sideways choppy price action, but keep your eyes on that $18 gap to fill, then $20 after that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, I'm curious. And hit that like button, by the way, if you haven't done so already, guys. Hit that follow button. Make sure to subscribe and look at some of these other stocks moving. I mean, SanDisk, we covered it in my video yesterday. The company reported earnings and it dropped. And oh boy, was that dip bought. Look at this stock, man. This thing hit, I think it got down to $1,000. Now we're back to $1,130. In fact, we hit all-time highs earlier this morning. $1,153 per share. Now we have a cup and handle in the short term on SanDisk, which looks like it might take it higher. This thing has been going nuts, guys. Unbelievable. And it's bringing up Micron as well for obvious reasons, which Micron, we bought a bunch of this thing when it tanked. I'm fully out of it now. Maybe I'll regret that in a week or two. But Micron's now up 4% on the day. We hit 545 earlier today, and it looks like the bulls are still in charge on Micron, right? Which again might lead me to regret selling it at some point next week. But we can see here Tesla's knocking on 400's door again. We can see this thing is back over the moving averages. Little cup and handle, kind of. Not the cleanest, but it's there. You guys see the cup right here, the handle. If this thing cleanly breaks 400, 405, oh boy, watch out above. Full blue-green skies above. Or not blue-green. What the heck am I saying, guys? Blue skies above. Let's just say that. I just made a new saying. But the point is, man, I think we fully break out. It's been a long time coming if we take out 405, which is why I took advantage of Tesla when it hit about 345. I think I added more, maybe around 350. I forget exactly, but I did buy some more down here. I was gonna buy some more at 375. Didn't pull the trigger on it. It is what it is, and now I'm just letting it ride. I think again we take out 400. This thing's going to run 400, 405. So what do you guys think? And oh, by the way, Robinhood looks good right now. It kind of looks similar to SoFi's chart a little bit. If you guys look at Robinhood here in the short term compared to SoFi, it does look pretty similar. It's trying to claw its way out. And I think Robinhood will have more momentum in the short term than SoFi. That's just my opinion. But I'm long both stocks here, and I think Robinhood could easily be, honestly, an $85, $90 stock again very soon here, which is why I bought the dip when I saw it drop. I bought some at about $72, $73, and I'm letting it ride, man. I'm letting it ride towards 100, 110. That's ideally where I'm going to get out of this trade. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, my investments, how I'm creating income by selling options. All of that is linked down below. And oh, by the way, there's a private Discord. Check it out. Pinned in the comments. Go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon, or it's in the description box. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day and have a great weekend. See you later.